Yeah, Kate, I've had an opportunity to talk with the governor today, as well as his team, and then give the president an update on what we're seeing. And I think what we know for sure is we avoided that worst case scenario that we were planning for. But the fact that they prepared for the worst really made sure that they were able to respond to the impacts that that they have experienced. And the biggest ones right now are the tornadoes that have been reported across the state. I think the last number I had was 38 confirmed tornadoes. And the biggest storm surge was certainly in the Sarasota area, but not as much as the catastrophic storm surge that they were predicting, but still a significant amount. They're out right now doing assessments, the state is, and we've pre-positioned resources to be able to come in and help the state with whatever they need. Yeah, from what I understand from the state is that is a typical location that they do stage resources to support response, but they also know what the wind level is that it's rated for. And when the storm shifted and they saw the increased winds that were going to go over that, they just moved them to some of their other staging areas around the area. No impact to the response here for the first responders. And I think the most important thing is they recognized that it was in that path, it was going to exceed what it was rated for, and they moved all of those responders to safety. Well, I think first off, just the fact that the worst case scenario was not realized here in Florida, it means that there's not doesn't mean that there's not going to be impact and resources needed, but not to the level that perhaps we could have needed. We've done multiple catastrophic events like this in the past. That's why we have a layered approach to our staffing. And we plan for this. And so we had moved resources from some of our non life threatening open operations to be able to support what was going to potentially be needed here in Milton. And now we're going to continue to work with the state to help meet not just the Hurricane Helene response and recovery efforts, but now Milton. We already had 1,000 people in the state supporting Helene, as well as the other disasters, Ian and Idalia, that they had the previous years. And so we'll see if we need to bring anything in addition to what we already had to support now what they're seeing from Milton. Well, I think as we've looked from Hurricane Helene, we've had such great support from governors and congressional members, local leaders, really helping to push back on that misinformation. And we did see a decrease, even though there was still, some voices out there that were still trying to spread these lies, which is really unfortunate and just a distraction to our ability to support the state and locals with what they're doing. I have not had any reports yet of any increase in misinformation as a result from Milton. But I do have a team that watches this closely. And if we find that we need to get out there and be proactive in our messaging to help dispel these rumors, we'll certainly do that.